Burkina Faso, a land often overlooked by global headlines. But today it takes center stage in a story that could transform the future of Africa. In a world where African talent is too often ignored, silenced, or exported, President Captain Ibrahim Traoré has declared, enough. He's not waiting for handouts, deals, or approvals. He's building the future with his people, for his people. And at the heart of that future is a revolutionary digital platform called Faso Andubè, a bold, unshakable movement to identify, support, and empower Burkina Faso's brightest minds. Scientists, engineers, inventors, and visionaries. Today we dive deep into this historic launch and explore why Faso Andubè could be the spark that helps make Africa great.
Industrialization. It is the ultimate process for our independence, our real sovereignty, because it takes place in the political field, but also on the economic field. And we encourage people to create and to get into industrialization. Today more than ever, we have seen all these machines working here, and it gives us the desire to say that we also have the capacity to set up machines, to produce, to manufacture and build machines. Because inside Burkina, we think there is talent, not necessarily who went to school, but who have the ability to create, to innovate and set up machines. Others also went to school but do not have this potential to be able to express oneself. There is not this space which is given to them. So I take this opportunity. We will launch one digital platform facing the Andubet, which must allow everyone who has talent, who has degrees in the scientific field, technological technique, to register. And we go from this platform, guide people to one incubator, which is being built. Who is this city? That must allow people to come and express themselves, to put science in everything they have learned to do, and to allow Burkina to build its machines. Because industrialization, it will not only import the machines, is to make machines.
To understand Faso Andubè, we must first understand the man behind the mission. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is no ordinary leader. At just 34 years old, he became the world's youngest head of state, taking office with a vision not of political power, but national transformation. In his speeches, he talks about sovereignty, dignity, and self-reliance, not just as ideals, but as urgent goals. He represents a new kind of African leadership, bold, unapologetic, and youth-driven. Since taking power, Traoré has prioritized security, education, and most recently, industrialization. Not through foreign factories, but by unlocking the power of his own people. And that's where Faso Andubè comes in. Faso Andubè isn't just a platform, it's a national movement. It's a digital ecosystem where Burkinabe inventors, scientists, and creatives can submit their ideas, projects, and prototypes. Whether they live in Ouagadougou or New York, Bobo-Dioulasso or Paris, they now have a central place to be seen, heard, and supported. But it goes beyond talent discovery. Faso Andubè also aims to build an industrial base by showcasing locally made machines, tools, and technologies. It's about proving to the world, and to Africans themselves, that we can build our own future with our own hands. The goal? A made-in-Burkina Faso economy that fuels job creation, exports, and pride. Burkina Faso is just one country, but this idea is much bigger. Faso Andubè is proof that Africa doesn't need to wait for foreign investment to start building. It sends a clear message. The continent's transformation will be led by its own people. Every African country has engineers, coders, and inventors with ideas that could change lives. What they often lack is platforms, support, and belief. Traoré's move could inspire similar platforms across the continent, in Senegal, Ghana, Kenya, Mali, and beyond. If every African nation created its own version of Faso Andubè, the continent could become a global innovation hub on African terms. The real power of Faso Andubè is its focus on machines, not just apps or ideas. Think about it. Every factory, every farming innovation, every tech solution starts with a machine. If Africans build their own machines, they don't just solve problems, they own the process. Already we've seen youth in Burkina Faso build tractors from scrap, water pumps from spare parts, and even drones for agricultural monitoring. Faso Andubè will give these inventors visibility and ideally funding and production pipelines to scale their inventions nationally. This is industrialization from the ground up, led by the people, not corporations. There are millions of Africans living abroad, many of them engineers, doctors, scientists, and creators. Faso Andubè is a direct invitation for them to reconnect with home in a meaningful way. Imagine a Burkina-based software developer in Canada who's never had a reason to return until now. Through Faso Andubè, their skills can build labs, mentor youth, or develop smart solutions for local industries. This platform makes repatriation of talent not only possible, but powerful. If the diaspora contributes even 1% of its knowledge and skills, Africa's growth could explode. In 5 years, Faso Andubè could result in dozens of locally made machines adopted nationally tech hubs and factories employing thousands, a generation of African youth proud to create, not just consume. A blueprint for other African nations to follow. This isn't just a digital platform, it's the foundation of a new economy rooted in innovation and self-worth. Social media reactions to Faso Andubè have been electric. Many call it the beginning of a new era. Others say it's the first real opportunity for local inventors to break through. In local interviews, one young inventor said, "For the first time, I feel like my ideas matter. I feel seen." That's the heart of this movement, restoring belief in the African mind. Burkina Faso has taken a bold first step. The rest of Africa is watching, and many are already inspired. With platforms like Faso Andubè, a new African narrative is emerging, one that says we can, we will, and we must build the Africa of our dreams. An Africa that doesn't export its brilliance, but cultivates and celebrates it. An Africa that stops surviving and starts thriving. So today, remember this name, Faso Andubè. It may one day be remembered as the beginning of Africa's renaissance. And to President Ibrahim Traoré, the youth of Africa are watching, and many are now saying, if he can lead with courage, so can we.
Wow, what a move by the young and revolutionary leader of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. My dear lovely family, brothers and sisters, before moving too far, let me take this opportunity to greet you and welcome you in the name of Pan-Africanism. My dear lovely family, brothers and sisters, what you heard all are truth. It's true that Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso, has officially launched the Faso Andubè, a revolutionary digital platform that will discover and promote the brilliant minds of Burkina Faso, both in the country and in the diaspora. So no more brain drain in Burkina Faso. You remember Captain Ibrahim Traoré rejected a proposal of young Burkina Faso to go and work abroad. But what he said, all young revolutionaries and talented people of Burkina Faso will remain in the country and they will work to build their nation. And today we see this revolutionary digital platform has been launched by the president of Burkina Faso. This platform is not just about showcasing talents, it is a national call to industrialization through locally manufactured machines. Scientists, engineers, and innovators will now have a direct channel to present their groundbreaking innovations and transform Burkina Faso into a manufactured powerhouse. You know, for a long time, many of our people, our talents, our innovators have been taken away from this continent. And because of sometimes leadership and the crisis in the continent, we have no intention to retain these people. We saw young talents moving out of the continent, benefiting others. We saw doctors out there. We saw engineers. But in Burkina Faso, this time Captain Ibrahim Traoré has said, enough is enough. This is what we have been waiting for a long time. You know, when people are saying that Africa, we don't have technologies, it's not true, and have been denying this notion of saying that Africa don't have talent, Africa don't have knowledge, we don't have technology. No, Africans, we have technologies. Africans, we have talents. The problem that we have, we don't protect those talents. I remember I shared the video almost, it's about 6 months ago, if not 6 months, maybe 9 months ago, about the way President Trump protected Elon Musk. He said clearly that this man is genius, and the duty of the government of America is to protect genius people like Elon Musk. But when you come to Africa, we have somebody called Chikumbuso in Zimbabwe. I think you are familiar with that man who converted these radio waves into energy. He created a machine that can recharge itself for more than 20 years. And of course, he manufactured his own car, electric cars, that you don't need to charge that battery. But that battery is automatically recharging itself. But the question, what African Union has done to that man? What African people have we done to embrace that man? What SADC has done for that man? So you see, we have talents. We have people who are so good. We have engineers. We have innovators. The problem that we have, we don't protect our engineers, our innovators. There's someone in Nigeria, a young robotic engineer. I think you're familiar with that young man, and now he's in America. So you can see, and have been saying this many times in my segment of civilization, that if you're good in Africa, whether in games and sports, whether your brain is so bright, this powerful nation will not allow you to stay here. They will do everything to take you to their home country. Otherwise, they will do something that will make sure that you will not go to uplift your country. So the only way that they're doing is to provide scholarship. You know, these people are so technical. When they see talent people or brilliant person in the continent of Africa, what they do is to provide to him or her a scholarship. Then, after taking you to their home or to their universities, after finishing the study, they give you jobs. That's what they're doing. And you remain there until sometimes you die. And they give you opportunity to take your family to those countries. That's what they're doing. But in Burkina Faso right now, Captain Ibrahim Traoré has said, enough is enough. For how long our talented and brilliant people will be exported as commodity outside of the continent? So this time in Burkina Faso, there is this platform, Faso Andubè. If you have talent, you have skills of something, this is your digital platform where you can access and meet directly with the government. And you know, what Traoré is doing, I think it must be done in other African countries, because, you know, we have been told in something called globalization that, you can search job in America, you can search job in Europe, in China. But I want to ask you a question. Have you seen Chinese or Americans, or not black? I'm not talking about black Americans. Black Americans are Africans. I'm talking about black, white Europeans, Russians seeking jobs in Africa. Have you seen such kind of things? Why it's Africans who are seeking jobs abroad? Have you seen Chinese and the Russians, Europeans landing away from their homes and coming to Africa? When they came to Africa, they came to exploit. They are not coming to seek jobs. We are not hiring Chinese here, except what they are doing is to take resources. And when you see Chinese, we are not hiring them in your government. They are coming with their companies, whether engineering companies or civil engineering companies. That's what they're doing. But let me ask you, have you seen African company building roads in Europe? Maybe Nigerian civil engineering company building roads in London? No, it's not possible. Europeans are building their own things. The same to Chinese. Have you heard Americans went to China to build roads? No. The same to Americans are not allowing Chinese to build their roads. But when you come to Africa, you find Frenchmen, Europeans, Americans, Chinese, Russians, as if we Africans, we know nothing in this world. It's almost now 60 years after independence. We took our people to study, to get education, knowledge in Europe, America, Russia, China. What have they acquired? What skills they attained? And if they attained skills, why they are not applying those skills? So people are creating environment where we Africans will not use our talents, will not use our creators, and our innovation things will not happening in the continent of Africa. Why? Because they know that if they will allow Africans to do so, they are going to lose the market. Africa is a continent made to be the supplier of wealth to others. That's how Africa was made. So no one is interested and ready to see that Africa is going to process its natural resources. So when Captain Ibrahim Traoré is doing this, is creating enemies. So let us, all of us, be prepared to protect this young revolutionary leader of Burkina Faso. Because if you don't do so, we know what will happen. They will try to do everything. Of course, they have already tried to do everything to overthrow him. They have tried to use Alassane Ouattara and Cote d'Ivoire's people, some of them, not all, some in Cote d'Ivoire, there are some good people, some of politicians in Cote d'Ivoire to destabilize Burkina Faso, to see if they can remove Captain Ibrahim Traoré from power. So this is our responsibility as Africans to protect this young revolutionary leader of Burkina Faso. I said one day, and yesterday I said this, Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not just a leader, he's a prophet who came to this continent to unite the people of Africa. So up that, my dear lovely family, let me say have a nice time. Thank you for watching. Please share this message to other Africans here on the continent and to those who are in the diaspora. Tell them that there's a platform for you to show your skills, your abilities, your professional through Faso Andubè in Burkina Faso. I have seen some Africans right now in the diaspora and in the continent applying for citizenship of Burkina Faso. You may ask yourself why right now Africans want to be the citizens of Burkina Faso. It's because they see the right things in Burkina Faso. So let us this time unite under this revolutionary leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. We need to revolutionize our minds. So what's happening in Burkina Faso must not end in Burkina Faso, must go also beyond Burkina Faso, must go to Nigeria, Ghana, Mali, Bamako, Mali, Benin, Togo, South Africa, and all across the continent. That's why we came with the idea of self-reliance of Africa. So, have no more to share. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time. Thank you.
Thank you, Africa. Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make African great. Thank you, Africa. Thank you, Africa.